Then let's stay here. Let's talk about Kevin Stefanski. It's time to put some respect on his name anyway.
Totally is.
Definitely is. As the weather gets colder, the NFL offers stay hot on FanDuel. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets with any winning $5 money line bet. That's $150 if your team wins. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time to get in on all the action. The app is so easy to use. There's a wide range of betting options, including spreads, player props, over-unders, and more. So visit FanDuel.com/UCSS and kick off the NFL season. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL. As I just said, man, it's time to put some respect on Kevin Stefanski's name.
You ready
I kind
for
of
a
went
victory
crazy
lap?
on the post-game show. Y'all go at it.
By the way, it's Jaron, Christian. It's Jaron. If we're going to crap on Mark Sanchez for screwing up names, we got to pronounce names.
I'm
right
not much
too.
for runner, but Bull and I are going to take our
Oh,
victory lap.
yeah.
Victory lap.
You got victory lap. Victory lap. I can barely stretch.
Get them little arms.
What was the victory lap? I'm sorry. I missed
We've just been taking a lot of shrapnel.
That's right.
We've taken a lot of friendly
We've
fire.
been on the
Stefanski.
Kevin Stefanski when everybody else was killing him.
For 2 years, I've been getting destroyed for
Killing him.
defending
People
this
are mad.
man.
Fire him.
I know they're talking.
No, not just you guys, but not just you guys.
No, the fan base.
Oh, yeah, the
fan base.
Oh, no,
A lot of people.
I done had the tiki torches.
Hey, where's Brad? Come on, Brad.
Yeah.
Come on back, Brad.
Yeah, you're right.
Brad and I went to war last year over Kevin.
Said this. I did say this.
Yeah.
We was in.
You said first 6 games.
I said first 6 games.
Because you never called to fire him.
I said first
But
6
you
games.
said you
Yes,
want
he
to give
did.
him.
He wanted him
fired. Did you actually say you want him fired?
Go back and watch the post-game show.
I think
On
there's-
post-
I don't know about post game.
On emotional post-game show, yes.
I think I've said that multiple times in the post game.
Listen,
Right.
you get credit in the hours after a game. Fans are emotional. That's what we do.
But I
You get a
did.
lenient- But if you sleep on it and come in on Monday and still call for his job, you have to wear that.
But I did say on the post game show, I'm always a fan of changing your mind. Listen, you give me some new stuff. That's like
This is not about knocking you or you.
No.
It's about giving us credit.
you should take them laps and run with them. I told
right.
you, bro. You got to wear them stamps. You can't let nobody strip your medals. Hey, I told Earl. I said, listen. When we was on a 2-minute warning last night. I said, look, at this point, where was the turning point for me? And I said, yeah, I can't. I'm not messing with him more. You can't even say nothing to him. When Batonio went out, and I was like, oh no. As a defensive lineman, I just saw what Sweat and the rest of them was doing up front. They would look like the Ninja Turtles up front. They was destroying us. They was kicking us in the face. They was punching us in the teeth.
They had superpowers.
I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. When I seen that we could no longer run the ball or snap the ball without being put in the backfield, I said, if the Browns win this game, the Stefanski slander is done. You got to wait till next year. I don't care what he calls the plays right now. I'm just saying. I mean, look, whatever you feel like calling, dog.
How is he?
Whatever you want to do.
How is he not the favorite for Coach of the Year right now?
He's
impossible.
Definitely for me. He's in the top 3.
I don't think he's going to win it.
I don't think
How
he's
can
gonna
you
win it.
not?
You know why? That award more than anything else. You know this. They love to anoint the shiny new toy.
He just won
They
it in
love
2020.
Oh,
And
wait
he
a
did win it
second.
recently.
The award usually goes to the most unexpected good team.
I think he
which is them.
I think he should win it.
Yes.
I don't think he will win it.
Yeah,
colleagues-
I agree with you. I just think that he's
What?
in the top 3 for me, but I know how these things work.
What? Your brethren?
What if the
What's
Texans
up
don't
with
make the
them
playoffs?
dudes?
Listen, I don't.
Then probably not.
They
D'Amico
get
Ryan.
voting wrong a lot.
D'Amico Ryans
is in contention. Mike McDaniel in Miami is in
I don't
contention.
And here's the thing,
Your
too.
guy Zach Taylor. If the Bengals make the
Zach
playoffs,
Taylor's
with
done
Burrow
a great
going
job,
down,
too.
He's going to be in contention.
The reason I think this conversation is moot is because the hay's not in the barn. We're at,
It's not.
80% of the races run, 85% of the races run.
you're right.
But you can trip and not run
Yes.
through the
Yeah,
state.
Browns lose their last 3.
Right.
Yeah,
so
forget
let's
it.
just,
Yeah.
let's pump the brakes and see what happens.
I'm going to give you, this is the reason by far he should win Coach of the Year.
As of today.
As of today. By no means is this even debatable. When the Browns started last year, they became the worst hated team in America because of Deshaun Watson.
Yes.
True.
You had people, top-notch media people, saying on public airwaves, I just don't like the Browns. They're hard to root for. I hate the story. It's the worst contract in history. They've already had the dumpster fire thing going on. Then he got suspended 11 games. When he came back, did not play that well. Then you started up again, in and out with the injuries. This man, Kevin Stefanski, went on, after being the worst like team in the media and losing your best players to saying, you know what, I'm just going to win with all these P.J. Walker and rookies and Joe Flacco, and I'm going to do it in a way where not only I'm doing it like this, if this was any other team, if this job was done by the Baltimore Ravens, Coach of the Year, if this was done by the Steelers, Coach of the Year, they would give it to him based on what they've done in the past. This job is not debatable. They've beaten, if you say the 49ers is the best team, the Browns beat them with P.J. Walker. If you like the Ravens, the Browns beat them with Deshaun Watson with a broken arm and an ankle. If you like any of these teams that got good defense, the Browns got the best defense. He hired Schwartz. He's doing it with minimum parts. It's not debatable. You got Tyreek Hill. That don't count.
I don't think he's going to lose it because it's the Browns. I think, as Jason's right, he might lose it because he just won it a few years ago. But right now, today, he would be my first choice. What's his name would be two for the Texans?
D'Amico Ryan's definitely up there.
And Zach Taylor might be third.
You know what, though? I think is all this is important, but I do think the award's going to be won in the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, probably.
You know, if Houston runs the table, they're going to win the award.
If
the Browns run the table,
if they win out, I might change my mind. They might have to give it to him.
If they run the table, then he's Coach of the Year.
And by the way,
it's 12 wins.
They easily could run the table.
They could. All these games are winnable.
They're winnable.
So let me ask you. So Mike McDaniel, right? Well, let's say, okay, well, Mike McDaniel, let's look at his job.
Well, what's killing him is he just hasn't beat a good team.
You take his starting quarterback and his best player out of the game. What is he doing?
Go down to starting quarterback number 4.
Yeah, take Tua and Tyreek Hill off Miami.
Go down to Texas, Houston, Texans, and tell C.J. Stroud.
Although he did win without Tyreek Hill yesterday.
Because they've got a really nice piece to back him up.
But that's a whole year. Go take C.J. Stroud off the Texans.
For a sustained period of time.
Done.
Now, they did win yesterday without
D'Amico took Case Keenum yesterday, even though it was a bad team.
And they were down.
They held serve.
Yeah,
they held serve. They won the game.
Now let's see if they can do it again and again and again and again like the Browns
have. I think the next 3 weeks, all of these awards that we're talking about, the MVP award, I thought Dak was probably the front runner.
He was.
Dak lost it yesterday, in my mind.
I think Lamar could easily win this.
Lamar is absolutely in the
And by the way, I don't think Josh Allen is out of it.
If he can get the Bills to rally.
He's playing great.
It depends on how they finish. Again, the last 2 games.
I don't understand.
They've got a tough way to go.
No, not the next 2 games. They're playing crappy teams.
Aren't they playing at Miami? I thought they had Miami next.
I think they play them later in the year.
They do. It's the last game of the season.
Okay, so that's that. I mean, will be easy.
The Bills have a chance to win the AFC.
Are they playing San Francisco too?
Oh, Bills got 2 cupcake wins the next 2 weeks.
Who do they have?
They're at the Chargers. That's an easy win. And then they host the Patriots. Those are easy wins.
Although I will say this at the Chargers front, like if it's Easton Stick, they're going to win. But that's
it is Easton Stick or somebody else, but not.
I don't know. I don't even know if
Herbert's done for the year.
I know it is, but I don't know what else they're working with.
By the way, the great Kazoo, Mason Rudolph, starting against the Bengals for the Steelers this week.
I thought they waited too long to put him in on Saturday. I mean,
might finally be right about my Steelers under 500 prediction.
I'm not ready to dance on their grave. I know you're not either.
No.
Did anybody see the Sanchez interview with Joe Flacco that they ran in their pregame show?
I saw just a clip of it.
Was it the one where he talked about how his kids?
Yes.
What they want? It was a great clip.
Did you hear the beginning?
What's that?
Did you hear the beginning?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I mean the whole thing was great.
Wait, was Mike? I heard Mikey McNuggets was mentioned in.
Yeah.
Was that what happened?
Yes.
I didn't hear it.
Do we have that clip? I figured we would have clipped that.
So we thought, I didn't know if we was allowed to play it or not, but yeah, me and Anthony definitely got it saved in our phones.
Well, did they ask you if did anybody ask us if they could play us?
That's true.
Let's play it.
Yeah, play it.
We're going to work on it. We're going to get
all
that worked on.
Throw it in there.
I did see
while he's working on that, I had a question for Jason in the overall statement. For me, it's always been about Kevin Stefanski being a leader of men and how he galvanizes the troops and the respect that he has in the locker room. People get bogged down on the situational play calling. I'd love for you to speak to that, but for all 4 of you, just hearing you talk, you know what I thought about? Kevin Stefanski has made every other head coach have 0 excuses.
You're exactly
you
right.
aren't kidding.
You're exactly. I was thinking about that last night. Actually, you're 100% right.
25% of his salary cap is off the team.
Yeah. You can look at the
I think
Jets.
that's a little overstated.
I don't.
No, it's not.
I don't. A lot of teams have their quarterbacks that are out.
Chubb's a big number too.
That's
true.
So, but like you can look at the Jets and Robert Saleh and say, well, the Browns are winning. Why can't you figure it out? You lost Aaron Rodgers, but why can't you figure it out?
You got a defense. You got a good receiver.
You can look at all of these teams and say, well, they can do it. If they can do it, why can't you do it? You're 1,000%
That's the
right.
point.
But one of the things when you talk about Kevin and the way that he galvanizes and he is a leader and all those things are true, the thing that I keep saying about him that no one wanted to hear was the fact, like everyone says, oh, he thinks the Ivy Leaguer thinks he's the smartest guy in the room. I'm telling you, dude has no ego, none. It may be hard to believe he doesn't think he's the smartest guy in the room. He's very much about, hey, let's do this together. Let's figure this out. If you've got an idea, I want to hear it. He's all about bringing people together and just throwing it together.
Yeah.
And I've gotten to know him a little bit. We're by no means tight, but I've gotten to know him a little bit away from the cameras, the microphones, and everything. And he told me, like, hey, if I screw up, just rip me. Like, rip me. I don't care. Rip me.
Wow, you got to love that.
And there's no coach that's like, because I told him, like, I kind of like want to know, hey, this didn't make sense to me. Can you explain this before I rip? He goes, nah, just rip it. If it didn't work, just rip me. And I'm telling you, that is so rare. I hear
well,
from
he knows we will anyhow. It's smart of him to say that.
Oh, and like,
that's great.
Yeah, like he's just, there's zero ego involved with him. It's very much if you can help, bring it to the table and let's figure this out. And I've just, it's one of the things I've come to appreciate about. He told me last year especially, he's like, yeah, just rip me.
Why, by the way, when did it become a bad thing for a coach to be smart?
I know, right?
So people say Ivy League as if that's an insult.
No, you know what? It's a bad thing if the coach thinks the reason why he might be the smartest guy in the room is because he's not willing.
He probably is the smartest
He
guy in the
probably
room.
is, but you know what I love about him? The fact that he's willing to say, I'm not.
Yeah.
The smartest guy in the room can't be the smartest guy in the room if he thinks he is.
Right.
And you know how that works.
But he knows the division that he's in. He knows, hey, you got Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh in this division. Like, I'm starting third at best in this division. Yeah. I'm telling you, there is no ego involved. It's one of the things I've really grown to respect and appreciate about
idea for around the holidays.
Okay.
And around the holidays, everybody's thinking about calendars for the new year. Mm-hmm. You need a calendar, even though those things are kind of archaic these days. Here's the idea. Now roll with the punches here. Women love them. The beard. They love them. They love to look at them. They can't get enough.
My wife texted me between Stefanski and Flacco.
Yeah,
she's very happy.
Yeah,
these days.
the beard game is working for the Browns. We're gonna do Kevin Stefanski in a firefighter theme poster calendar. 12 different pictures of our head coach in firefighter gear.
Well, we're gonna have to get the okay from him though.
Well, here's how he's gonna do it. This man does his best work when the house is on fire. When COVID was going on and everybody was struggling out, how do we put in a process? How are we going to do this when we can't even be in the same room half of the time?
Okay, I'm reading you.
Kevin figured it out.
As a first-year coach.
Figured it out and had his best year.
Yep.
Was coach of the year. This year, once again, the house is on fire. Mm-hmm. And here comes Stefanski with his stubble, running up to the house with the fire hose. He's going to put out the fire.
He got to keep his shirt on, though. We're not
Why?
going to be doing no.
You don't want that?
He's not going to be over there baby oiled up with the suspenders on.
You can't have that?
Want to see
What
that.
about Myles Garrett? Maybe Myles Garrett can do that in the background.
That's crazy. That's
No,
crazy, pause.
you got to have everybody get their own month.
That means Myles Garrett is behind another grown man oiled up.
Have Myles Garrett have his own month. You got to get David Njoku in there. He's in great
He
shape.
never wears a shirt, doesn't he?
Hey, I don't
You know, when Myles Garrett, I was during the 5 o'clock show. I think it was Thursday. What day did he talk? Was it Wednesday?
Miles?
Yeah.
Miles talks on Fridays.
It's funny. It doesn't feel like it was Friday's show, but maybe it was.
He talks every Friday.
He came on. No, you know what? It wasn't Friday because there weren't two ladies with me on Friday. On Wednesday or Thursday, he talked and he did it with no shirt. And when we ran the soundbite, his pecs or his neck muscles started just below his ear and they connect to his shoulder. He popped up and you could hear the whole room go. And I'm anchoring with two women and they're both going, oh my God. So when we came out, I had to call them out on it. We came out of the soundbite. I'm like, man, if only you people at home could have seen what was going on in the studio when Myles Garrett popped up shirtless. And then I said this, I go, and listen, I wouldn't wear a shirt either. I would never wear a shirt. Why would you if you look like that?
Yep. I don't understand how they let it. He gets it off. He gets that off. To go to a workplace and not have no clothes
Well,
on.
David Njoku also never wears a shirt.
Go to the
Why
workplace.
would you?
I wouldn't
Hey,
if I were him.
out there looking like they're on the cover of a Jet magazine.
Do media interviews shirtless. Yeah.
Yeah, the women love this team.
I'll be right with you. Let me take my shirt off, and then I'll
Hey,
come over and talk
I had
to
to
you.
tell Miles, hey man, Miles, you gotta put your listen. You can't be around my old lady with your shirt off, bro. You got that's disrespectful.
When he shows up at dinner parties shirtless, that's
come on, man.
You gonna tell him that to his face?
Oh yes, I will.
And then run
yes,
like hell.
you got it. Listen, you can't do that. You can't pull up with. He got them little ab lines right here by your belly, like they just be going down. Like you can't do that.
He would crack up at that. He would crack
Yeah.
up.
He'd be like, you're right. And I'm like, my wife, go get to the car.
No, I say more power to him. But you know what? He usually says when he plays with the cut jersey and no undershirt that he gets tested for steroids.
Man, this dude.
I mean, when he shows up at the podium with no shirt on and he looks like he's a fitness model, not a football player.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, Joe Flacco's getting drug tested this week. You think I'm kidding?